Merry Mistmas, everybody. With Christmas tomorrow, we are going to vibe out to the soothing sounds of high-profit mist gathering. Welcome in, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Super simple today. We are just going to gather in the mists. We all know how it goes. So whether you guys are at work, school, or on vacation, just enjoy the ambient relaxation and the occasional screaming as I get ganked. Just kidding, that won't happen. But today's video is going to be very calm, very soothing. 'Tis the season, and I hope everybody enjoys. Forgot to pop my pie there. I am rocking my full skinning set so we could take as much advantage of the skinning mobs as we can. And hopefully the Albion gods bless us with a few high enchanted mists. You guys have advised that I should release at least a handful of these to increase my chances, so when it's not too difficult and the response effort isn't too high, I will give it a go. Hopefully that does help and increase my Enchanted Wisp rate. Unfortunately, I am rocking the tier 5 boar right now because I had a bunch of leftover ones, or like extra ones in my bank, but I am not happy with the tier 5 boar, or honestly the state of gathering mounts right now after the boar nerf. So I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Let me know in the comments below, how do you guys feel about the recent nerfs to the tier 8 and tier 5 boar with the new faction update? That guy could be a problem. But only because I'm wearing gathering gear. If I was in my normal combat set... we wouldn't be in the mists, and we all know that. But if I was wearing anything else, I could take him. Now, earlier this month, a wonderful revelation was brought to me that Gathering the Mist, this might actually does contribute towards the guild season rankings. For quite a while, I thought it didn't. I really did. But I was recently told and proven that it does, and so now all the might that I'm getting here actually helps my ranking in my guild. Sounds like a wolf. Let's see. It sure is, with a tier 6 cat. Nice. Mad respect for that guy using a bighorn ram. I love the bighorn rams. Still trying to find its place in gathering, but I definitely think it belongs there somewhere. starting to think roads are a great place to fill up journals, especially the tier 6 journals. $13 levels, and then I'm level 100 for tier 6 mining. I think the closest I have right now is my wood, my lumberjack. And that is less than 8 levels, I believe. Thought I heard a fiber guy up here, but... I totally forgot that I'm supposed to be freeing some of those caged wisps. That's definitely a bad guy down there. Pretty sure that was a curse staff of some kind. So, unfortunately, I'm going to pass up the attackable mobs over here. I'm going to stay near this exit. Yep. Like I thought, curse staff, one-handed curse. So we got a one-handed battle axe and a one-handed curse roaming around here. I'm going to cut the corner, head as close to the other exit as I can. There we go. Here's the close, so now I can just hunt for a mist. Carving sword. A lot of people in here. I'd love it if they fought themselves, but we all know that that won't happen. They'll probably all three gang up on the gatherer. Here we go. Let's hope a nice tier 7. Second mist in. Nope. Just my luck. Waste of an enchantment. Quite a lot of commons. We still have a minute and a half, so hopefully we can find something in that time. 40 seconds left. I'm probably just going to have to take the next one, which is this one. It'll be tier 6, but hey, that's at least good fame for us, right? I'm gonna grab this enchanted real quick, just so it doesn't despawn. And then I'll get my goodies. I don't really care about stone right now, unless it's like 6-2 or above. So you will see me ignoring and passing up a lot of the 6 flat stone. As much as I hate the tier 5 bears in the open world and the roads, I hate these mist wolves just as much. Mostly because of their dash, but also because they never drop the babies. This guy's gonna just be in my way, so I'm not gonna be able to do any attacks. Whatever, skin. Let's just hope he doesn't try to chase or be weird. Oh, that guy's hard flagged and fully kitted for ganking. I don't want any part of that. No, thank you. Is that the thing that gatherers do? They'll just stand right on top of other gatherers, so that way we can't pop our AoE attacks or anything like that? I'm getting the uncomfortable feeling that that carving sword guy is lurking around. Yep, somebody just went invis, and it was definitely that carving sword guy. He's going to use all the movement he can to try to catch me. I'm just putting a little bit of distance between me and him. And angling myself by the closest exit. Or not the closest exit, but one of the exits. That's a good survival technique. Honestly, at sacrifice of profit, increase your safety by... He attacked me somewhere over here, so I moved all the way over here. I had to pass up a bunch of stuff, but I'm still alive. And I'm pretty sure this is around where we've started, or we've at least passed through here. So now I'm going to, instead of going around the edge, I'm going to cut the corner, exit to exit. I really didn't want that tier 4 skin. But mist is closing, and here's a rare wisp right next to us. Hopefully this brings us to a tier 7 zone. Fingers crossed. It doesn't. Wow. The mists have just been sucking for enchantments today, haven't they? Where's our legendary mist-stat? Alright, looks like our pie is worn off. We will pop a new one as soon as we get into the next mist. Finding a fair bit of 6-1s, though. Which, decent. Got about 30 seconds left. I just need to find the next mist. And it's another tier 6 one. This chest here opens in 40 seconds. Let me pop my pie. We'll wait. Oh, and it's blue. All right, let's get this really quick. Yeah, pretty much nothing. Couple coin bags, couple unsellable tomes. I'm switching back to the other W because at least this one's an interrupt. And if I interrupt that dash, he doesn't do it. We were able to fill up one of the journals already, so that's really good for us. And we're about halfway abouts on the other ones. Another gatherer, lower tier, so even if he wanted a fight, we could probably take him. Gathering gear to gathering gear. Let's see if this will offer us a tier 7. And if it doesn't, it gets it out of the way for the countdown, so now something better can spawn, hopefully. And tier 7. Fantastic. Finally, something good. And remember, don't hate on this enchanted tier 7 stone. Oh, and we got a nice little tome. Very nice. Oh, Ganker for sure. Right when I find a tier 7 tree mob, too. So I talked about this, I touched on this topic on stream, but I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below. But I think people that play this game don't actually, people that kill other peoples in this game, that play this game for quote-unquote PvP, don't actually want PvP. They just want to gank. That's all they want. They don't want 1v1s. They don't want actual fair fights. They just want to gank. They want to do whatever they can to have the most outrageously overpowered gear and then shit on people less than them. And let me know what your opinions are, or if you think I'm just plain wrong. But that is my opinion, especially after, like, playing the Mist more. Maybe that guy moved on. I can go back and get the wood mob that I saw. Where was that wood mob? Down here, I think. Yep. Not bad. Now, since this is only an uncommon tier 7, I reckon the enchant rate isn't going to be too crazy, so we probably won't see very many .2s. And I doubt we'll see any .3s. But if the Mists are listening, I like to be proven wrong. So please prove me wrong that we won't see any .3s. And I'll get this tier 6 because it's already dead. Might as well. And what do we have there? 7 flat treasure. I want it, but we already saw a Bear Paws Ganker. So my advice, since it's not enchanted, don't go for it. Alright, we've already seen one hostile person, and it just is likely to be camped. We'll run by it, we'll do a little, like a scout. But we have to be absolutely on our guard, because there could just be a guy waiting for somebody like me to come by. Another gatherer, he just ran right by it too, so it's either scouted or he has the same thought process as me. And now there's somebody on it, so good thing we didn't run right up to it. Don't worry, not going back yet. But that area has been worked, so we're going to maneuver around. And another tier 7 just on the other side of this stump. Oh, and there was somebody right at the top of our screen. It looks like they're trying to force dismount themselves. Let's avoid that. Definitely trying to force dismount. Yep. So, we're getting to the exit. And we will just have to back out to Brazilian and start fresh in a tier 6. Unless that guy... Oh, no. He probably just did it. Force dismounted himself. Let's hold here, see what he does. I'd hate to lose this tier 7. going to proceed with extreme caution. And I'm just going to move to the other exit. Didn't get a chance to inspect that guy either, so when in doubt, just run. Like I said, all in all, it seems like nobody actually wants PvP. They just want easy kills, easy ganks to flex their non-skill. And there's a full ore journal. Very nice. That is quite the reason to stop mist hunting. 7-1 in full hide gear. Very nice. Always check your corners. You never know where the good wisps are going to spawn. Don't be afraid to venture away from the edge when you're looking for a new wisp. Be cautious. Definitely be cautious. But don't be afraid. See if I can get that bear. And then we'll just have to take either the other, we'll get booted to the mist or to the Brazilian. We'll have to take another random, or we'll get lucky with time, which probably isn't going to happen. And we'll still have to take the nearest mist. Either way, it looks like we're going to get one last wisp out of this, or one last mist, and it's going to be a tier 6. All but one. Unlucky. And that's why we need to spec up a bit. Tier 7 skin. Oh, he still was able to get his dash off. I thought I interrupted it. That back and forth dash is just so annoying. You get a stack of them doing that on you, it does so much damage, but the movement is the most annoying part. People like this are so stupid. Like, you're obviously not going to catch ahead of me. You're not going to dismount me. You're not going to gank me. Like, what, you just push me out of a mist? But he doesn't leave me alone either. I stop moving. He dismounts to fight. This guy kind of sucks. And we'll just pull out before he can dismount us. Well, with only 2.5 minutes left on our pie, not really worth popping back into a mist, so let's go ahead and depot and see just how much we made, shall we? Alright, so first, let's see how much we have total. So in our material inventory, we have 71.3 million, and in our item stockpile, we have an additional 6.4, bringing us to a total stockpile of 777's 777 lucky numbers. So 77.7 million. Now we will store the tools, see how much we made from this. So empty books and partially full books brought out. We are sitting at 1.58 million from this session. So, $1.5 million in an hour with some unlucky enchanted mists and that guy pushing us out a couple minutes early. So, $1.5 million, 1.58 total. So then let's add that into our stockpile. Let's get everything where it belongs. Well, actually, these go in the other one, but pop these in there. So altogether, 77.7 million plus 1.58 million brings us to a total stockpile of 79.28 million. So altogether, we have 79.28 million in materials, some fill journals, and assorted loot for us to sell. So less than, well, just over 20 mil away to our goal of 100 million. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this was meant to be a chill video on Christmas Eve for you to listen to in the background, whether you're celebrating or Christmas or any other holiday or just having, you know, the winter break off. I appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you all so much, and I will see you guys next time.